Greetings everyone, thanks for joining me for yet another one of my reviews covering the CCTV products. Having been in the CCTV industry for 20 plus years and now being retired, this gives me something to do. So hopefully at the same time I'll be able to help you with some of the products that I'm reviewing. And with this one today, I go back to one of my favorite manufacturers, ieGeek. And this is the ieGeek 2K outdoor PTZ, pan tilt zoom Wi-Fi camera. It has a 350 degree pan, a 120 degree tilt with a 4x digital zoom. That means there's no optical zoom. It's using digital, kind of like your cell phone. When you go like that and zoom it in, that's a digital zoom. It has dual 4 dBi antennas for Wi-Fi. It's 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi unit. It will not work at the 5 gigahertz, so make sure you've got the 2.4 gig. It has PIR motion detection with the aid of AI, artificial intelligence, that helps in certain circumstances determine whether or not it's a human body or an animal or whatever. And sometimes you have to pay a little extra for cloud processing to get that human detection capability, but it does have AI. It also has custom motion detection zones, and I'll show you about that a little later, how that works out. It'll take up to 128 gig SD card. That means you've got memory on board the camera in case your Wi-Fi fails, things like that. I usually, on an event-only camera, meaning it's only going to record when it sees events, motion, I usually only do like a 32 gig, but it will handle 128 gig. Something that's very unique with this particular camera, and I think it's the first time I've seen ieGeek do it, it's going to give you a free lifetime cloud storage that will record a 7-day loop of 6-second events, meaning it's going to, when you go into the cloud and you find that event, it's just going to be a 6-second one. You can order a different package where you'll get much more recording time, but in the freebie one, as I said, it's recording 6-second segments in the cloud, and it's a 7-day loop, meaning after 7 days it's going to start recording over that. And of course your SD card is going to record all the event, so that cloud storage loop is just last resort in case something happens to the camera, like maybe somebody takes the camera and the SD card. You'll have that capability to have that 6-second recording. And another very unique thing that ieGeek gives you, and I don't know of anybody else that does it, is of course you get the 1-year warranty like almost every other consumer product. But if you register this product within the first 7 days that you have it, they're going to extend that to a 2 full-year warranty. And as I said, I don't know of anybody else in the consumer industry that offers that. There's probably going to start doing it now because ieGeek's doing it. We can only hope, right? In any case, in the past, a lot of my reviews have gotten to be pretty long, and not everyone wants to see every aspect of my reviews. Like I do the opening the box, I do how to set it up on Wi-Fi, and then I show you some samples of the recordings, and I go into how to program the unit. Not everybody wants to see all that, so I've started doing chapters. And basically, if you don't want to sit here and watch these long reviews, just go into the description of this video and it's going to show you the chapters and what they contain, and you can just tap on that and it'll just go to that chapter. So you don't have to sit there and watch the entire review. You can just watch the parts that interest you. All right, let's go into the opening of the box and see what comes in it. And right off the bat, you are going to see how well ieGeek wraps their products. I've never had one come to me damaged, and that's probably because of the way they wrap them. But anyway, you have a mounting sticker here. This will help you mount it on the wall. And by the way, I'm learning as we go here, because I did charge a battery, but I did not go into the specifics about how to mount the camera and everything, because the mounting process for this camera is different from all the other ones I've done for them. This is a brand new camera, and so I'm learning as we go here. Anyway, the instruction manual, and right on the front page here, they're going to talk about extending that warranty for you. Okay, this is the mount for the solar panel, and I was quite surprised when I saw the size of this solar panel. I mean, this thing is small, and obviously it's big enough to keep your battery topped off, so I have no concern there, but this is small. And here we got the camera itself. Now let's pull this out of the way here. And before we go too far, I want to show you something. They also sent me this. This is the black version of the camera. So you have the ability to order it in white or black. And in my case, I'm going to show you the white one because it shows better on the camera. But as far as my house goes, this works better for me because I have a very dark trim on my home, and this blends in very nicely with that. So there are people that would prefer black. I'm going to keep that right here, and we'll go into this. The camera itself, I assume the battery's in this portion here, and this is the camera itself. I don't usually like to spin these PTZ cameras without using the proper controls, because you really don't know what you're doing with the gears inside. So briefly, here's the speaker for the camera, and microphone is right there. You have, let's take this protective cover off of this. At one time I forgot to do that, and I could not figure out why I was getting such a foggy picture. That's probably why. So make sure you take that off. And here you've got your lens. And here's your passive infrared, your PIR motion sensor. And what that is passive infrared. It's looking for a heat source, a human body heat source to trick the motion. Cameras that are recording 24/7, a lot of times will use digital motion detection. And the ones that try to conserve on the battery will use the PIR. There's pros and cons to both of them that I'm not going to get into right now. But as I said, this one uses a PIR. It has two lighting emitters here that when it detects motion, if you have it programmed properly, it's going to light up at night. And doing that, you're going to get a full color picture as opposed to just the black and white infrared. I personally like just to go with the IR infrared at night rather than have it light up, because you're not broadcasting to the bad guy that your camera is there for him to smack around. And right here you've got your charging port for, you plug this in when you first get it to fully charge the battery. There's a cable in the package to let you do that. Otherwise, you would plug your solar panel into that, and that would keep the battery, assuming you have fairly decent sun in your area, and maybe you don't live in a constant rainy area. The solar panel should keep this battery topped off, and with any luck, you'll never have to plug it in to charge it again. Just make sure that solar panel is in an area that's going to get as much sun as possible. And in here, you've got your slot for your SD card, and before we forget, let's quick throw that in there now. And as I said, I'm using a 32 gig. It'll take up to 128, but since it's only doing event recording, 32 gig should be sufficient. You've also got your power button and your reset button in there, and we'll be using that shortly when we start it up. Here you've got your two antennas for Wi-Fi, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but they are 4 dBi Wi-Fi antennas. Okay, what we're going to do now is we are going to go into the programming of the camera. All right, let's go into our app here. I am going to be using the ieGeek Cam app, but these cameras will also work with the Cloud's Edge app. Both of them are available on iOS and Android stores. They're both very simple to use, and in fact they're real similar to each other. So, and the first thing we want to do is hit this plus right up here in the corner, and it'll then ask us what type of camera we are going to be programming. I'm going to hit battery camera,
hold the device power button,
and right off the bat it is asking us to start the camera up. So we're going to press and hold the power button, and there should be a red light coming on. Yep. Right there, there's a little red light that came on, and you heard that ding indicating it's powering up. Now, so we'll hit next here, and now it wants us to hold the reset button. That's the other button here. So let's press and hold that. There. It went back. It's did a factory reset. So even if it was pre-programmed, you erased all that, and now we're starting over again. And as you can tell, the red light is flashing here. Now let's hit next again.
Select
and
Wi-Fi network and enter the password.
You saw the page go foggy on you here, that showing the programming. That's because we're into my Wi-Fi setup and that, and I really don't want to share my passwords with anybody. So, and this is correct, so we are going to hit next. And now it is showing that it wants to scan this QR code. I'm going to hit next, and there's the QR code. And what we're going to do is we're going to show the camera that QR code. Oh, that was quick. All right, now the camera knows what network to look through and things like that, and light just went blue, so it means it has a network connection. Let's hit next again. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to get signals on both my phone and my watch indicating that this is indeed working. And that is one of the quickest Wi-Fi setups I've had in a long time. So, and on the phone, it's showing me that it was successful, and it's showing me the device number. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to point that direction. I don't want to get constant alert signals here. So let's hit next here, And now what it's going to do is it's going to give you some tips on how to install the camera and things like that. We've already fully charged it. I did that last night. Let's hit next again. Now it's going to give you some mounting tips. We're just going to quick go through those. And now it wants to have us place the camera where it's going to be mounted permanently. And in my case, it's not going into a permanent location. It's going to go on my little test stand. So let's see what happens when I hit next here. I bet you it shows my pretty face here, right? Yeah. Come on. Show me. There. It went to a normal Wi-Fi signal. And come on. We're going to hit next here. And again, so I don't constantly get signals, I'm going to point it that direction. It's asking us what family we want to include it in, and we're just going to go with the default for now. We'll hit done, and it should say it's all set to go. These dings you keep hearing, that's the camera indicating motion. And we are done with the programming for the Wi-Fi setup. What we are going to do next, let's exit out of that. What we're going to do next is I'm going to go and set this up outside, and I'll just give you a quick view of what that looks like. And after that, we'll do some recording overnight and during the day today. And in the not too distant future, for you just a matter of a couple minutes, we'll show you the results of that testing, and after that we'll do programming of the camera. And my reviews, like I say, tend to get a little long. They go anywhere from 24 minutes to 30 minutes. But again, you can go into the description of the video and just select the parts you want to watch. But in the meantime, let's go out and set this thing up outside. All right, we're outside, and I've already got it mounted, as you can see. And as I pointed out, this is just my little test stand. It's not going to stay here for long. But I want to point one thing out to you, and that is the way I've got this solar panel. Look at what I did. I'm under an eave here, and that is not good for a solar panel. You want to be able to see the sun as much as possible. I've just got it mounted here for demonstration purposes. And when I do use it, it'll be moved in a different place where the solar panel will get plenty of sun. So anyway, the camera's mounted up. We have Wi-Fi signal. And what we're going to do next is we are going to go inside. And I'm going to run some tests. And in a short time, you will see the results of that test. And then we'll go into programming the camera. So stay with me. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, and first thing we're going to do is look at some clips that I made of my testing over the past couple of days. These are not in any special order, so you're going to see some from inside, some daytime, some nighttime. So just bear with me here. First thing, let's look at an outdoor one here. And there's my pretty face. And disregard all that construction material there. We are finally getting our roof replaced. What is it? 6 months, 8 months after we got hit by Hurricane Ian last year. Hurricane, Category 5 hurricane that did a lot of damage to our area. And we're finally starting to get back to normal. And I took the camera and put it in our kitchen, and to show you what kind of indoor shots you can get. And by doing that, I basically, this isn't the same camera, but it's just a black version. I had it sitting on the shelf like that, rather than being outside like that. And I'll show you how you can flip the image so you can stand it up like this. In any case, here are some indoor shots. Again, outdoor. I think you've already seen that one. This is nighttime using infrared. The white light is not on for this. You can actually see a shadow because we have a street light about 4 houses down, and that shows you how good night vision is on this camera. Because this is using the IR from the camera, and it's supplemented a little bit from that street light. Let's see what that does. There we go. Again, infrared. I prefer infrared over using the white light, simply because when the white light comes on, it's a dead giveaway where that camera is. So if somebody is ripping you off, they might damage or remove that camera altogether if they know it's there. This has the white light that came on, and you can see how it brought out the color. When that white light comes on, you're going to get a color image, and it's a damn good image too. Let's go into live image from this camera, and there we go, live image. And let's quick look at the PTZ control before we do anything. And I'm going to manipulate this, and there we go, one way. We'll go another way here, back, and let's go up and down. And just so you know, by using your fingertips like you would on your cell phone for taking pictures, you can zoom in on an image like so, and that gives you some really good quality pictures. And let's back out of that, and oops, I went too far. Let's go back into the camera. And I'm going to show you a few things on controls. Right below the image, you see how fast, what the bit rate is of the signal, the Wi-Fi signal quality itself. Below that, you've got a live, which we're in right now, and you have history. And just quick look at the history here, and that's showing history. See, that's a timeline of everything that happened today. And we're going to go live again, and you can look at the timeline to pull up recordings, and you can actually go back several days if you want. It just depends on how much memory you have on your SD card. You can also go into the cloud storage here. Remember, you get a limited amount of cloud storage free of charge, and you can go into the instructions and see how much you get. It does 7-day increments. You're never going to be able to go back more than 7 days. But if you go into the, I'll show you in a little bit how you can get more cloud storage, but it's going to cost you. There's different things you can do with cloud storage above what you get free. Down here you have screenshot. It'll take a picture of that image and put that in your gallery. Hold to talk, that means you can have a two-way conversation with somebody outside by the camera. Record. It'll record what you are watching. So if you're watching people out there live, you can hit record, and that's going to record that and send it to your gallery. Motion detection, I'm actually going to go into that right now, and we won't go into it later. This shows you what your sensitivity is, and I've got custom mode here. I can go into that and set humanoid detection for day or night. I can set how long the clips are going to be that's recorded. We're doing 20-second clips. And alarm interval. That means that after that clip is recorded, if there's still motion out there, if I have this off, it'll immediately start recording again. But if I have it set at 2 minutes or 5 minutes, after that initial recording, it's going to wait 2 minutes before it records anymore. You want to do that if you've got a lot of activity out there. You don't want to keep recording clip after clip after clip. In this case, it'll wait 2 minutes before it'll record clip if it's seen motion again. Okay, let's go back to live image. You also have an ability to turn the light on the camera. So at night, if you're in the IR mode and you want to turn that white light on, you can do that right here. Let's back out of here now, and we're going to go into the setup and settings. And I've already changed the name of the camera, but you can go in here, click on that, and here's your ability to change the name of the camera itself. Back up. Device share, you will go into that if you want to share this device with friends or family to let them see what the camera is seeing, or maybe play back a recording. Work indicator, that's the little lights on the camera, on the front of the camera. You can turn them on or off, depending on if you want them to be seen at night. Time settings, 12-hour clock or 24-hour clock. Image settings, and here you can go into the full color mode, or you can set it to the intelligent mode, which means it'll see color images during the day, and at night it'll go into the IR mode. And here's where you also would flip the screen. So like I have this camera like this right now, you can put that on a shelf inside and flip the screen so it's right way up. Because normally outside you're going to have it like that. Okay, let's back out of that. Sound settings, you can set whether or not you want to record the microphone out there or record voice. You can turn your speaker on or off, and you can set your speaker volume. And alarm management, that's again, we're in motion detection, and I already showed you that, so we'll back out of that. Battery management, that'll tell you what the charge rate on your battery is and how much your charge, how high the charge is currently, meaning 100% is fully charged, 50% is half charge. Record management, this tells you what size SD card you have in the camera and how much of that memory is already used. And don't worry, if you fill up that card, it's just going to record over the old recordings. Cloud storage service. This is where you would go and purchase additional cloud storage. It'd give you a much longer, like basic is 6 seconds for a 7-day loop. But you can also go into premium, where you can go up to 30-second clips for 30 days. And you've also got capability to go into a more advanced AI, artificial intelligence, where if it sees motion, it's going to send that up to the cloud and do a diagnostics, basically, or use AI to determine what that was, whether it was a human being, a dog. You can even have it notify you if it sees a package out there. There's a couple things you can do. Check the new version for firmware if you want to update that. You can restart your device or even delete your device. So that's pretty much a quick rundown on what you can expect the camera to do for you. These are very low-cost cameras. I was pretty shocked when I first saw the price. I am not going to tell you what that price is, because obviously over time it can change. So just go into the description of this video, and it'll give you a way of finding out what those prices are. Plus, in that description, it'll let you pick chapters of this particular video out, so you don't have to watch the whole video. That's pretty much it for me here. And I hope you enjoyed this. As many of you know, I had 20 years in the CCTV industry. I'm now retired, and this is my way of spending some time in my retirement, hopefully helping some of you people out. So, in the meantime, keep an eye out for new videos coming out. I do them every once in a while. Take care of yourself. See ya.